So this story comes out of Variety, and it actually involves Netflix. It says Netflix, the only Hollywood studio to speak out in attack against abortion rights. So immediately, you already know, I'm going to point out the title. It says Netflix is the only Hollywood studio to speak out in attack against abortion rights. And so it immediately phrases the story that this attack against abortion rights is evil. And Netflix is a just and valiant hero, shown up to stick it to the man for trying to steal away our rights. And so that's what we have here. And so that's how the article goes. This is a photograph out of one of Netflix's famous shows. And so this is interesting because of the intersection between the private industry and democratic rights of the people. So now we're kind of getting into, and it really is fascinating how kind of involved these private corporations are starting to get into social issues. So Netflix has gone into the ring and has started to, speak about it, as have a lot of filmmakers and from other parts of in the industry and studios. And some of them have come out and they've said, hey, we believe in the woman's right to kill babies. And so they should be allowed to kill babies. And if, this state is going to move forward and decide to do this, then okay, do it then. But we're not going to support, we're going to help the ACLU sue you, and we're not going to film anything in your state because we believe in a woman's right to X, Y, and Z. And so a lot of these studios, a lot of these corporations, they all come from the same area. Like they all come from an echo chamber where all they hear constantly from the people that they surround themselves with is the same kind of like social justice-y ideas or beliefs. And so a lot of what you see is they all kind of parrot the same narrative. They're all left leaning. They all want to stick it to the man. They all think that the rich need to pay more. They don't understand basic economics. And as we see here, they're all taking this position to allow. I think that to allow a company to influence or lobby for social issues is a real problem, because who's to say that Netflix, I think Netflix, like companies like Netflix, are actually now kind of starting to take it a step further, where they're becoming so kind of engaged in what's happening in America that it's scary, because the political system, democracy, how democracy works in America, is supposed to be by the people for the people. It nowhere does it say, by the corporation for the employees or for the people, and that's important, because the democracy is supposed to have its power is supposed to simply rest in the people. It is not up for a corporation, how big it is or anything like that, to throw its hat in the ring. And I think that is why a lot of people have been upset with seeing companies like Nike, who embraces Colin Kaepernick, or what's that other company, Gillette, who embraced this idea of toxic masculinity. And to see all of these corporations kind of throw their hat in the ring, or Battlefield, EA Games with Battlefield 5, that grew a lot of backlash, not because it had women, but because it claimed to be historically accurate, and then threw in all of these they threw women in it. They threw women with these like prosthetic arms. It was weird. It was a mess. And then they claimed that was totally historically accurate and that you just hate women and things like that. And so a lot of these companies really faced public backlash because this kind of these kinds of statements or these kinds of actions showed the people that you have an agenda and you couldn't just sell whatever your product was. The fact is that a lot of people don't want to see companies stick their hands where they're not supposed to stick them, and people get frustrated by it. And so this continues, I think, what is a bad precedent. And we have to ask ourselves, how much involvement do we want corporations to have in our political processes? Isn't it enough that, we have pharmaceutical lobbyists on Capitol Hill, some of the most well-paid lobbyists, some of the biggest pharmaceutical companies push so much money into the system just for lobbying that it's kind of like, well, where does the people's representation begin and end compared to the corporations who can just throw around so much money and help certain individuals get elected? This is a real problem, and I think that I think that Netflix should stay in their lane, just like all of these other guys. And if they don't want to film in Georgia, fine, that's totally fine by me. Go film anywhere else. We don't need you to film in Georgia. The people of Georgia know what they want. They know what they believe in, and they don't want you telling them what they should have or what they should believe, Netflix or any other institution. Let the people be the people. They don't want you to support anybody's rhetoric. Just sell your catalog of movies. Stay in your lane. Okay? Don't involve yourself with a woman's right to kill babies. And you know what I say is that if Netflix wants to support the right to kill babies, then don't subscribe to Netflix, because Netflix thinks killing babies is totally fine. And that's true. That's the truth. I mean, that's what they're saying. That's literally what they're saying. They think it's totally fine to kill babies. So that's all I have to say about this topic, guys. If you liked the video, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you loved it, hit the bell icon. You'll be notified of the next time we post a video that goes live. And also, let me know what your thoughts are. Leave a comment. Let's start a conversation. Any kind of engagement that we have, I say this all the time, but it tells YouTube, this is a good video. We should share with more people. People tend to like it, or et cetera, and that really helps us out. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.